Since you spoke with CNN this morning, the Iranian government reacted to the Justice Department accusations against Iran. They, as you heard, they dismissed them as a Hollywood scenario. They called it baseless, ridiculous, not worth answering. What do you make of their response?
Anytime when they failed, they make it ridiculous. But anytime when they succeed, like when they kidnapped one of Iranian journalists last year, Ruhollah Zam, they were so proud of it. They executed him while, you know, the whole world was watching that. So for me, it was obvious that they're going to deny it. But for the Western government, I'm not sure whether they're going to accept this and they're going to like legitimize this regime. Because to be honest, Jake, I got very scared. But at the same time, I see that this regime, when they're scared of anyone, they easily kill them. They easily, like, you know, so we have to take an action right now. Otherwise, none of the journalists outside Iran, activists outside Iran, would be safe.
Well, what do you want the Biden administration to do? I mean, you heard them basically acknowledge that it's true. It's their Biden Justice Department that brought the charges against these four men. I mean, it's brazen. A foreign government attempting to kidnap an American citizen in America. What do you want President Biden to do?
First of all, I want to meet them. I left my homeland to come to America to be safe. And now I found out that even here in America, in the United States of America, I'm not safe because the Islamic Republic of Iran can easily hire someone here to kidnap me. Of course, I'm under FBI protection, but what I want Biden's administration to do, take a strong action. We don't really need empty words, especially when they said that this is a law enforcement. It just broke my heart because this is not called law enforcement, Jake. This is called kidnapping. And the Islamic Republic actually challenging the authorities, the US authorities, and saying that we have the power to actually come to your land, to your own soil, and harass your journalists, spying your citizen. And now we have to actually see Biden himself, the President Biden, actually condemn that strongly.
Yeah. I want to play a little bit more sound from the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki today. Take a listen.
Its actions to attempt to silence the voices of those peacefully working to address the situation both inside of Iran and outside of Iran that are appalling. We'll continue to speak out against that. But at the same time, we still see it in U.S. interest and in our national interest to engage in ongoing discussions so that we can have greater visibility into Iran's path to acquiring nuclear weapons.
So just to translate that from Washington political speak, what Psaki is saying there is that the White House stands with you and others who are trying to bring the truth of what's going on in Iran to the public, which is what you do through social media, being a voice for Iranian women who cannot speak for themselves. And yet, the Biden administration continues to want to try to deal with the Iranian government on a nuclear agreement to prevent them from getting nuclear weapons. What's your response?
So that's beyond sad because, look, it's not about me. I don't want Biden's administration to protect me. I want them to understand that this is the nature of the Islamic Republic. It's not about one Iranian American citizen here. They're going to deal with a regime that easily killed 1,500 people in Iran protests. And I just gave the voice to the mothers and fathers of those protesters. And that is why actually the government is scared of me. That is actually my crime. So what I'm trying to make it clear here, that human rights should be the first agenda. The US government should stand for universal values, for Western values. So they should not bury human rights under nuclear deal. That's my point.
Yeah. Masa, you said you've known for 8 months of this plot to kidnap you, but you only learned the specifics last night. The plan to take you in a boat to Venezuela, surveillance on not just you, but on your family, on your friends. Why do you think these details are coming out now? What changed?
I'm not sure why, but I know that the FBI was going to publish these details earlier. I don't know what's going on behind the scene. I mean, the FBI should answer this, or White House should answer this, or Justice Department. But I know that they were going to release this information earlier. I don't know what happened, that it just came out now.
And Masi, what do you think if they had succeeded in kidnapping you, getting you on a boat, and taking you on that boat to Venezuela? What do you think they were going to do with you?
Can I be honest with you, Jake? When you ask this question, I got goosebumps, because it just reminds me of the time when Ruhollah Zam, an Iranian journalist, found himself in the car with the intelligence service officers. We all saw this footages. And right now that I'm talking to you, Ruhollah's 2 children were dreaming that some police in France actually warning him the way that FBI warned me that you're not allowed to travel abroad. No, so I was going to be executed. And why? I'm going to give you 2 examples. Look, when Qasem Soleimani, the head of the Revolutionary Guards, got killed by the U.S., some of the Iranian, some of the Iranian reformists, so-called reformists and moderate, went to different media and called him a hero, national hero. That time I said that he was not a hero for millions of Iranian people, Syrian people, Iraqi people. He was a war criminal. Guess what happened? They made a poster, the Islamic Republic made a poster and saying that Masih should be executed. And another journalist with verified account on Twitter said that the hard revenge should be Masih Alinejad in America. So, and another time, the Iranian television actually, the newspaper, published a poster of me and Ruhollah Zam and Jamshid Sharmat and saying that those 2 got kidnapped, now Masih should be ready. So I knew that if they kidnapped me, and I wouldn't have been here with you, Jake, I would be there, fake trial, and then they would execute me.
Yeah, and people, I follow you on social media, as you know. People who are watching should follow you on social media. What you do is protest brutality. You protest misogyny. You protest how women are mistreated in Iran. It's not as though you're shipping weapons to rebels in Iran. You're a journalist. You're bringing attention. Do you still feel unsafe?
First of all, thank you so much for confirming that I'm not a criminal. I'm just doing my job.
Right.
Every day. Yeah, every day I just give to voiceless people. And I want actually CNN help those people within the society bravely protesting against gender apartheid, protesting against the brutality of the Islamic Republic, give them a voice. And this is my job. But I feel safe. I have 2 different feelings. First of all, of course, under FBI protection, I think I am safe. But I feel so sad that police in Iran, suppose when I see police around me in Iran, people see police around, we're supposed to be tortured, beaten up, arrested, get lashes. So here, sometimes I feel so sad for my people that they don't have the same feeling. And another thing is, yes, I am safe here, but there are many journalists, many activists. They live in Turkey. They are not safe. They live in Europe and they are not safe. So I'm just one of the examples. And I want actually this situation help all the human rights organizations, all the European government, the US government get united and help all the freedom fighters and do not legitimize the regime who actually kidnap and kill innocent people.
Masih Alinejad, we're so glad you're okay. Thank you so much for coming and telling us your story. And thank you for the work you do to bring a face and to the human rights violations going on in Iran.